I lost my job, and my crypto made me no money.
Yeah, the market's been brutal.
Lost.
You can't handle the truth.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Do you have a flag?
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Target locked. Ready to fire.
Yeah, I hit the stop music button. But hey, we're here. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, March 6th. And guys, we've got a lot to break down in the markets today. We got some job numbers today that are not good at all. On top of that, Trump says the only conditions that he will accept from Iran is complete and unconditional surrender. As all of this, while oil is pumping up, we're going to talk about what different oil prices do to inflation today. We're also going to take a look at a lot of this going on behind me because everything is in sell off. It's not just crypto, guys. I know I highlighted on the thumbnail. I know I lost the music. I'm sorry, Alexander G. Ding, ding, ding. I could have like made some music for you. I could have scatted or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's we do have we have to look at what these different oil prices are going to do to inflation and what that means for you at the register. But shout out to everybody that's joining us right now. I see Ball and Wallen. He said, "I'm here. I'm here, dude." Funny story about Ball and Wallen. Somebody had made a post about Bitcoin going down or something, and we'll talk about it and whatever. And Eric Wallen trolled him like Eric Wallen does, and he said, "Yeah, we'll come back. I'll be here. I'm saving this so I can taunt you in October." And then I replied to Eric Wallens and said, "I'm saving this so I can watch you taunt him in October." And then the original poster, posts back and says, "I'm saving this so I can taunt both of you in 2048." So yeah, it was just on and on and on. It was on and on and on. But shout out to Eric Wallen. Appreciate you, man. Let's go jump in. You guys know what time it is. Let's get this thing going. Class in session. Brought to you guys, as always, by Chart Pride, the official indicator of winners. Baba Yaz, what's up, bro? I see you there. Brokey, my brother, nice to see you. That's a Jenny from the blockchain saying that. And Ball and Wall said, "Please don't scat." I won't scat. That's why there's a reason I didn't do that, Eric Wallen. All right, let's go talk about let's go look at the chat, give a shout out to everybody in here, and then we'll come back and we'll get in. I'm clipping this so I can post it back in 2049. I actually replied to him and said, "Yeah, well, joke's on you. I probably won't even be around in 2048. So, nah, now what?" So, shout out to Loader Beaches Crypto in here, Eric Wallen, Alexander G, the Mod Queen, dropping the link there for Chart Pro. I appreciate you, lady. Brakoshi, No Dinero in here with us. If you guys haven't followed Brakoshi No Dinero's woodworking channel, it's in the Discord, but it's pretty good. He made a really cool Iron Man mask doing his woodworking. So maybe we can get somebody to grab that link and drop it in the chat. That would be awesome. But yeah, it's pretty cool, the stuff that he was doing over there with woodworking. So Keen Bean in here from the gang,
Gang.
appreciate you being here, brother. I can't wait for Alex to come back. He's been gone way too long. We got Baba Yaz in here saying, "What's up, bro?" We got who else? Who else? Did I miss anybody in here? I know Keith from Crypto Coin Mindset is in here with us, and Loco for Crypto in here. Appreciate you, man. I think I got them all. I think that's it. The Ninja Glock drop in early. Oh, Guanajuato Excavating LLC. We're at war. Old money, banks versus new money, crypto. Yeah, and right now, neither one of them is winning. Banks were down this morning also, man. I think that's it. Community Woodcraft. Good morning. There it is. That Community Woodcraft there is the page of Koshi No Dinero. So James on random, rolling the dice. Appreciate you. All right. And Steve Hickey dropping in here too. All right, let's get into the chart. Let's go talk about that. And then we'll get into the news because I want to make sure that we're breaking all that down. Guys, we did get a further rejection down this morning. We are trying to wick back up right now, but it's not showing much strength. Money flow is on the way down. Volume is on the way down. Oscillator ribbons on the way down. VWAP over bought has triggered, and we had a power bar, a waning power bar right there, meaning, hey, this is looking weak. We're going to head down. And what did it do? It headed down. Shout out to Chart Prime. That's what's going on right now with price on that. I am still in a trade on my bot that we set up as a group. Up right now 18%, $725.77. So it's continuing to print for me. I'll take it. I like it. Let's do it. Let's make some money. Let's go get into the news scene setup and let's talk about what's going on in the news because we have a lot. We have a lot of news, sir. There we go. Perfect. Looking at the Into the Cryptoverse metrics today, guys. Total crypto market cap coming in at $2.332 trillion. Current trend on this is coming in right there at 4.963. We're currently undervalued in the market by 53%. Looking at the current wristbands, we're sitting at 31.4. That's still a 4x on the DCA for the Piper plan, guys. But as we had told you guys, Friday, pretty good sell-off day for picking up a DCA. With stables down, with stable coins, Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 58.73. Without stables, taking the stable coins out. 67.27% sitting there in the stable coin. So I don't know if Ty is watching. Ty is staying in the hotel here. And he said he was going to hop in and watch this. But if you're watching and you just haven't commented because you're not subscribed, you got to subscribe. But shout out to Ty. Appreciate meeting you this morning, man. Kevin Hawthorne, good morning. Bedredden, yo. Bedredden, is it not crazy that I hit you up and said, yo, is the Kurds about to go in and start fighting in Iran, help them lead the way to a liberation and call it Kurdistan? And here we are, the troops, thousands of them rolling in on Iran yesterday. So let's look at the liquidations for the past 24 hours here and see how that's looking. According to CoinGlass, in the past 24 hours, 101,949 traders got liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $350.53 million. The largest single liquidation order happened on Hyperliquid. It was a Bitcoin trade. Not much, only $10.27 million on that trade. Longs versus shorts volume. We got to talk about this because on the 24 hours here, very interesting. We are seeing that longs are at 37.22 billion, shorts are at 39.07 billion, 48.78% versus 51.22. But take a look at the hourly. People are starting to flow into longs again already. So they're trying to get that bounce. I don't know that they're going to get it today on the economic data that we got and what the comments were from Trump. Matter of fact, speaking of that, let's get into X marks the spot because this is where I got a bunch of it at. Kabisi letter said the second largest monthly job loss since the pandemic is what we now have. That was 92,000 jobs, guys. We'll go over that in a second. Also, I got Pam. She did a little deep dive for me. Oil prices are up 60% in 4 months to a new 2-year high. Gas prices up more than 20% since December 2025. The PPI inflation unexpectedly rising to its highest since July 2025. We talked about that here on the show. And then the 10-year note yield up 20 basis points this week. We have $600 billion in excess of $600 billion in AI investments from the Magnificent Seven companies in 2026. Own assets are get left behind. And that is the thing. We're still DCAing, guys, regardless of what's going on here. This is opportunity knocking on the door. So breaking, Russia is now providing Iran with real-time intelligence on the location of the U.S. military assets. Guys, get ready. The pot calling the kettle black here. Russia calls for an end of the war, which it says was an unprovoked act of armed aggression. I get a comedy drum roll on that. because that is hilarious coming from Russia. Um, Ukraine much? Just saying. So yeah, they're now involved. We'll see what happens with that and what the response is because Trump's not going to let that lie. You know that. Looking at the fear and greed index, we're back in 18. Yesterday it was at 22, and I said would probably be down today, and we're down a little bit today. Extreme fear still holding the market steady. Breaking U.S. economy unexpectedly lost 92,000 jobs in February, which was below the expectation of a 58,000 job gain that they were looking for. The unemployment rate was 4.4%, above the 4.3% expectation. This marks the second monthly job loss since the 2020 pandemic. The U.S. labor market is clearly weakening. And if the labor market is weakening, that kind of forces rate cuts. But if we get inflation, which we're about to talk about, that would force rate hikes. And so maybe the middle of just not cutting rates for a while is going to be the answer. I'm mining fiat and watching Piper Academy. What a Friday. Appreciate you, D. Jitty, from the blockchain. How's ETH looking in this loss? Asking for a friend. Any chance to get out of a higher price? Bobby Oz, I've been in the ETH short, and we did a setup on it, actually, on Monday in the Discord for a bot. I see it going lower. I'm still holding it. That should tell you my sentiment on what will happen with ETH. Trump said, and this is the new other news. Trump said no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender. That's what he wants. There it is. Unconditional surrender, or there is no end to this war. Breaking oil prices surge above $86 a barrel for the first time since April 2024. Qatar, let's put this in perspective, and guys, follow along with me here. Qatar is now warning that prices could hit $150 per barrel. Why does that matter? Well, because the longer the war goes on, the more likely that is. Pentagon is preparing for U.S. war with Iran to last until September, according to Politico. Now, let's go in here and take a look at this nice article that the Kobisi letter put together, because there's a key piece in here, and I'm not going to read this whole article. It's really good, though. It is about the inflation numbers, because that's what I care about, the macro, right? We know all of this stuff about that oil going through the Strait of Hormuz is going to cause all this to go up and things like that, right? Cost of living weighs on many Americans' minds. Prices 45 in a poll. More than housing costs, tariffs, job security, any of that. The prices on stuff. But how expensive can it get? According to J.P. Morgan estimates, prolonged closure at the Strait of Hormuz could send oil prices from 120 to 130. We just saw one saying 150 now. In our views, prices are unlikely to get that high, as intervention would be highly likely before then. But the data does summarize the inflation effects of rising oil prices. Trump did say he's going to try to do something for it. We'll see. They may have to unlock the reserves. I'm not sure what the current level of the reserves are right now. But the one that I find interesting in this whole article was where he's got the price breakdown. Here it is. Crude oil. So right now we're at about a 2.7, I believe, is what Pam said earlier for me. 2.7%. Where are we at? Yeah, 2.7% is the current inflation number right now, guys. So current inflation number sitting at 2.7%. Let's go back and look at this. 2.9 when it hits 80. Well, we just broke $80. So now we're probably around inflation rate of 2.9. If crude oil hits $95, we're talking about 3.2. Remember, we want 2%. That was the Fed's target goal, 2%. If it hits $110, we're talking about 3.5. If crude hits $130, which what JP Morgan just said, inflation 3.9. If it hits that $150 that Qatar was talking about, we're talking 4.3. Guys, it's damn near like 80% higher than what we are now. And right now it's still not at the target that they would want to see on the inflation for cutting the rate. So I would say if we hit 4.3%, guys, or hell, if we hit 3.2%, honestly, I think the Fed at that point starts to look at what about raising rates at that point. So what's Mark Dutch over here saying? The dirty Dutchman in the house. What's up, Dutch? Wait, now oil is crude. What about Trump and Putin? What about him? I don't know what you're saying, man. Do you have Trump derangement syndrome? Mark Dutch, you don't even live in the U.S. and you're not a 20-year-old blonde at college. But no, I don't know what you're saying, bro. Oil is crude. Yes, crude oil is the unrefined oil taken out of the ground, whether it be sweet, whether it be whatever. Middle East has sweet oil. There's different types of oil. There's different qualities of oil, but all of it is crude oil until it's processed. So, but yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about on that. Because I think that the inflation number is going to be important for everyone to know about. What else is there? I think that's it on X marks the spot. Let's jump over and let's take a look at the trade fi. That's the word. Mark Dutch got me. Oh, Kroll. I meant Kroll. Dutch always over here getting me with his comments. He's as bad as Buck. Let's look at Dow Jones here, S&P and NASDAQ. Dow Jones right now currently down 1.33%. S&P sell off downside to 1.07 and the NASDAQ just under 1%. This was as low as like 1.3 this morning. We're now sitting, you're all good, Dutchman. I love you, Dutchman. We're now getting this upside move, but we're still down over three quarters of a percent. Russell 2K is sitting down 2.10%. Small caps getting a big sell off, and the volatility index back to 25.95, up 9% today, meaning we're seeing a lot of volatility in the markets overnight. The European markets were all in the red. Asia markets mixed. Japan, HSI, and Shanghai all coming in green, with the Nifty 50 out of India and the AX 200 both in the red. Bonds markets, this is one of the things that was talking about, 10-year yield continuing to rise, meaning we're probably going to see a return on higher mortgage rates and higher loan rates on cars because of this. Even despite rate cuts that we've had, we're still not seeing rates go down. We're actually going to see them go up off of this. Shout out to Wix Wi-Fi 89, 2Dub in the house. Let's go look at oil real fast. Oil, Brent, natural gas, everything massively up 9.3%, 6.66%, 3.43%, and just under 1% on RBOB gas. All of it coming up. Guess what? Guess what? Got some heavy metal for you. Let's go check out those metal numbers, guys. Gold up 1.71%. Silver is up 3.11% today. Copper is flat. Palladium, well, I guess they're green now. They're flat. They're pretty much flat. Platinum up about 0.25%, but we are seeing 3.2% move to the upside on silver today. Let's go, silver, and that's your metals update. All right, cool. Let's get into the crypto bubbles and see how that is looking over here today. Bitcoin currently down 3.33%. Ethereum is down 4% today. Tether staying stable like it should. It's a stable coin. Good job, Tether. BNB is down 2.9, XRP 3.5, and Solana is down 4.4. Dogecoin down 3.9. Seeing a lot of other big losses here. Cardano 4.6% downside. Anything bigger than that, or is that just the norm? Canton Network, Eric Wallen. Canton Network up 1.8% today. So, no, it was just a guitar riff, D. Jenny. But I said I needed a guitar riff for the heavy metal segment. And there we go. Now we have a guitar riff for the segment. Perfect. Love it. It does sound a little bit like the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. Excellent. But yeah, right now, guys, Canton Network up 1.8%. Stellar Lumens down 2.7. And look, USD1 moving into that top 20 spot, holding it there, pushing everything else down. Stable coins taking the lead. Let's look at the economic calendar. Let's talk about it because we did get these non-farm payrolls here, came in, retail sales. I got a nice little script over here. We'll just read down through it. Thank you, Pam, for putting this together. Let's talk about this morning jobs report because according to the headlines, for the last 6 months, the labor market was supposedly strong and resilient. That's what we've heard. Well, apparently, nobody told the payroll numbers. Non-farm payrolls come in at negative 92,000 jobs, while economists were expecting about 59,000 jobs to be added. So instead of job growth, what did we get? We got job losses. That is not exactly the booming labor market narrative that we've all been hearing about. The private payrolls were even worse, dropping 86,000 jobs when the market expected about 65,000 jobs to be added. Manufacturing also rolled over, losing 12,000 jobs in that sector, which is an important pillar of the economy. This isn't exactly what you want to see if the economy is supposedly accelerating on growth. We just heard that. The economy is great. Jobs are great. The economy is great. The jobs are great. We heard all of that story. Shout out to the wifey walking through the etherverse back there behind me. Unemployment ticked up to 4.4% from 4.3%, which means the labor market is starting to loosen up a bit. Don't worry, the part the Fed actually cares about still hot. Average hourly earnings came in at 0.4% month over month and 3.8% year over year, both hotter than expected. So, yes, the labor market is weakening, but wage inflation is still hanging around. Translation, the Fed gets the worst of both worlds. Weaker job numbers and sticky inflation pressure. Analysts online this morning are already calling this stagflation light style reporting. Growth it looks like it's cooling, but inflation pressures from wages has not gone away. So now markets initially like bad news, but because it means rate cuts may come sooner. But if traders start thinking this just isn't a cooling economy and instead a real slowdown, then the bad news is good news trade will flip pretty quickly and we'll see more sell off. And that's why I said could see more sell off coming. Be ready for it, guys. What else we got here? Make sure you guys all smash that like and people are pointing up at. I appreciate you, man. I used to buy URA at $20 to $25. Uranus is up. Come on, Scar. You mean uranium? Yeah, there we go. So the bottom line this morning, jobs look weak, wages look stubborn, and the Fed probably isn't celebrating this report. I do want to talk about something else. Well, there was something else I wanted to bring up today, and it was about the inflation numbers. Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's go look over here. Let me see. There was something else on here that I was going to bring up and have it break down, but I decided not to do it. Not to do it. Whatever. Whatever. We're going to move forward here. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it'll come to me later on here. I want to make sure I got all of the bookmarks. I should put a notebook over here. Everything that Piper wants to talk about, because a lot of times there's things that I just totally space telling you guys about, and I just don't even get into it. And then I'm like, I'm supposed to talk about that. Yep. U.S. oil price is now expected to rise above $100 a barrel this month, with the markets pricing in a 66% chance that it happens per poly market. So the last time the oil was that expensive was July 2022. I know what it was. There was a trade set up that I saw in here from somebody. Forget about it. I won't even go on to it. It was a long. They were trying to long, and I was like, I don't know that that's a good idea. All of my indicators are telling me to short. Although if they're looking for a quick scalp, maybe they got that wick there. Let's go check out what levels we're watching below now, though, guys. We do have the VWAPs support, median support delta there, coming in at about 67,488. We do have a quantum reactor at about 850, and then we have the bottom of the VWAP there coming in right at 66,217. So 786, 580, I think is going to be the line in the sand. If we lose this, very likely coming down to these two volume nodes. First hit on that is going to be like 63.6. So I'm looking for a lower downside today, guys, and especially into this weekend. That's what I would be watching for. But I don't know what else there would be to look at there. Beyond that, you guys would probably like a chart, wouldn't you? I just got Jerome Powell there talking. There we go. Look at that. And I'm in profit still. Yeah. Shout out to the trades that you guys are getting. JR, our in-house trader over there on the Discord. He is sticky notes, brah. Sticky notes. He's in there trading and making that money left and right. So I appreciate it. Juicy trades.
Juicy.
All right, we are continuing to get a little bit of a pull up here, guys, on the markets. We're coming up now on the wick. How long is this wick? Let's see here. Wick. Yeah, about 1.22% upside move now. $69,000 being the level that price has moved to. We could come down, honestly. We could come down on Bitcoin here and get a bounce off of the zero line. And that would give us that upside move. It's a code name. He shaved his eyebrows in that photo. What? What are you guys talking about? You guys are just rolling over here in the chat, man. Y'all need to calm down. Let's go take a look at what we're seeing here on the high time frame. You guys know I like to come over here and look at this. So we are stuck under the 50 here, the 50% retracement. That's from the low to the high of the cycle. The 200-week simple moving average is still coming in right about 58,000, guys. I don't see us breaking back up higher than 75, 76,000 right now, making us a lower high and then heading down to that level. I do think we're going to see 57 before all of this is said and done. So that's the number to watch out. Jer, what's up, everyone? He said, "What's up, Jer? How you doing, brother?" Hard ski, water ski, got it. Jokes. Scary mind inside of Dutch's head. If you guys don't know, scary mind. He works differently. He just operates differently. All right, guys, I got to go pick up a U-Haul. I'm going to be driving in Utah with the U-Haul on the back of my Genesis in the snow. So that sounds like fun, doesn't it? But I got to go pick that up so we can get the stuff that we're taking out of the condo. Everything is set up on the condo if you guys want to update on that. Contractor came, know what we're going to be putting into it for upgrades, remodels, repairs, and stuff like that. And it is on the market for $240,000. It's about 900 square foot. It's going to be nice and upgraded. So somebody's going to get a nice little starter condo. We'll see. We'll see. But I need to get that sold. But I got to get out of here today because I got to go get some stuff loaded up. But I appreciate you all. This weekend, you guys make sure you're watching those markets and stay safe on the charts. Use protection, aka a stop loss. Got to talk about that here in Utah. Use protection. But yeah, we'll be back here Monday. Monday morning, I'll be live from Amarillo, Texas, before we head home. And then Tuesday morning, I'll be back in the good old studio at the Piper Academy Network. So until then, guys, trade safe. Use some risk management. Remember, at the end of the day, it's about what you make and how much you gains, how much capital you protect, not the exposure. Sometimes the best thing to do is sit and wait. So I will catch you all Monday morning right back here. Use a condo like Dutch. Right back here on the Piper Academy Network. Until then, guys, trade safe and use a stop loss. Peace, love, profits. We're out. Later.
That's the rap. Chart stack data never lie. Piper led the mission, OC in the sky. Spaghetti on the screen, but the vision stay prime. Chart prime visual, signals on time. Alumni strong, we built from the grind. Lessons in the market that'll outlive time. Knowledge is profit, you know how we run. Till the next one, stay sharp, get it done.
You can't handle the truth. Emotional damage.
We'll see you at the next
Don't
one.
know what the fuck they're doing.
Morning market report out. Out. Out.
Boom shakalaka.
We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report out. We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report. Ow.
That was awesome, dude. Hey, it didn't break. What else you got?